Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Alchemista life principles. I'm so happy I'm here, and I had a perfect example of utilizing the principles of the Alchemista myself for my own life. The plan was to teach this class from my clinic, where I've got everything set up. You can just see that the plant is a little bit in a bad position. I hope you hear me well. Maybe give me a thumbs up. That's it. Awesome. So, I am here today to share with you something that is changing my life and has been changing my life for a while now. And I'm extremely excited and grateful to be able to be here today with you and share the Alchemista and more about the Alchemista with you. So I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're going to do today and what we're going to dive into today. We're going to set the stage for our own transformation. Tonight we're going to enter a space of deep wisdom and not just learning something new, but activating something that is known inside, that we all already know, but we tend to forget it in a very young, driven world that we live in. And so today I'm going to also share with you more about the Yin Sanctuary, which is coming up. It's opening now. It's open for you to join. And I'm going to share with you more about that towards the end of the class. And it's going to be wonderful. I'm extremely happy to be here with you today and share this with you. So why do the Alchemista principles matter? What are they? Like, why should we listen to them? And I think that's a very important question to ask ourselves before we listen to anything, because there is so much information around us. At the moment, we are bombarded with information. We have stories, principles, we have self-improvement theories. We have so many things that we could be reading, taking time to absorb. But probably today more than ever, we realize how our energy is our most valuable resource, and where we put it is what we're cultivating. And so the fact that you're here listening to this now, I already appreciate you, and I also want to let you know that it's a very good investment of your energy. I will make sure of that, because I work with people in my acupuncture clinic, Chinese medicine clinic, on a daily basis. I see many, many people with all kinds of health issues, ranging from pain to hormonal imbalance to stress to insomnia to everything you can think of, especially those things that Western medicine has difficulties to support people in. And so that's my daily business, is working with people's energy. And over the years, over the last 25 years where I've been practicing this medicine, truly from a very deep heart space, I have a love for this medicine. I have a love for Chinese culture and the principles of Chinese medicine that have led me through my own health journey, from being a child with a lot of health issues to now almost 50, feeling better than I have my whole life, to be honest. That harmony of energy, the principles of alignment, and the principles of energy management have given me the tools to be my own financial manager in the energetic sense. And that I want to share with you. So, principles matter because they're guideposts for balance and alignment. When we're confused in an area of our life, we don't need more information, but we need a set of principles that help to guide us into the right direction, and that help us to stay consistent along these principles. And that is something I have really very much understood because I'm a very intuitive person. I don't love structure by nature. I've always been fluid and very adaptable. And for the longest time, I used to feel like principles or structures were imposing on me until I understood that these principles is exactly what give me the space to thrive in my creativity, in my intuition, in my work, because I have principles and very clear structures that I'm still working on. And the Alchemista is the wise woman that informs the Yin Sanctuary with her wisdom. She transfuses this wisdom of the ancient teachings into a modern setting. And the Yin Sanctuary is the space for that. The Yin Sanctuary is also there, so we are not alone on this journey. We can sometimes feel alone and kind of lost along these lines. And to have a community and a place to get reminded of who you want to be, a place where you can come and rest and absorb wisdom, and transmute your experiences into gold, to do practices that will enhance your self-soothing capabilities and that support you in this journey are extremely important. I'm sorry, this was just my head microphone. I really hope that you heard the beginning. That marks the journey of becoming sovereign in your energy. The Yin Sanctuary moves along with the 5 phases of transformation, with the 5 elements, as many of us know them, and it moves with the rhythm of the seasons so that we have another blueprint. This one is really given to us by nature. So nature has given us a blueprint on how to move through a year, how to move through a cycle. And we can use these principles not only in our daily living, but also to understand the bigger picture of our life. So let's dive first of all into some of the core principles of the Alchemista. The power of cycles and seasons. This one is so profound, and many people will not maybe immediately grasp the profundity of this principle because it seems so obvious. But do you live this way? That's the question. Do you understand that there is a season for everything and that you can adapt that into your life for much more flow and ease in your daily living? We are nature. Just as the seasons change, so do we. Wood season that we are passing into right now in the Northern Hemisphere is the season of expansion of gallbladder, of the liver organ systems. It's the time of springtime where the energy is starting to move outward and to expand and to get bigger and more intense. Compared to when we look at this season of the water element, where things were calm and deep in the center, deep in the roots of the trees, now this energy is expanding. That's the vision of our liver is also what gives us the vision of our life, of where do we want to go to. And then the gallbladder, he's the one who's going to help us to make the decisions that are necessary to get to where we're dreaming of going. And once you see these connections, once you see how the liver is connected to your visual vision, so your eyes, but also to the vision that you can create for yourself, that the wood energy is a force that breaks through the seed's shell, reaching for the sun. The seed wants nothing more than to go and walk and move towards the light. But growth must be flexible, or the branches will snap in the wind. So this idea of the flexibility of being able to adapt to change, to cultivate that kind of energy flow in the body So that, as always in life, like even today for this live, I was supposed to do it at 12:30 in the clinic where I had everything set up beautifully and no internet. I had to go home to do this live, and I could feel the tension rising in my body going, oh no, 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 I want to be on time. I want to, like, starting to stress too fast. And luckily I remembered the Alchemista and I just went, no, take a big breath, slowly, step by step. You're going to be there perfectly on time. You're going to do this. You're going to do it in a different setting that you thought. But luckily, I had pre-thought and have what I need here. And so I was able to turn this moment where I could have gone, or maybe I would have gone years ago, into a moment of frenzy in my nervous system, of over exaggeration, of more energy circulating than necessary. I was able to just keep it cool. And that does not mean we don't have emotions, that we don't live emotions. It just means we choose. We have much more emotional control because we understand the effect it has on our body. Another, or the second principle that I want to talk with you about today, that the Alchemista teaches us, is the energy of yin and receptivity. We hear everyone's talking on the internet at the moment about feminine energy, about the practice of even yin yoga is so well known nowadays because people can feel the need for yin practices. A world of only yang will never turn out good because yang is highly active, but yang needs a substance, and that substance is created with yin. If there's no yin, there is no yang to move around. And so that principle in the modern world, our world is very directed in a yang style. Things have to go fast, efficient, more and more and more of everything. Learning more, improving yourself more, getting even better, compared to the yin, which is just the counterbalance. It's just the night to the day, the winter to the summer. It's not, there's none of it is better or worse, but the yin to activity is rest, is restoration, is absorption, is metabolism, is condensing and enhancing the energy in the depth, so that when springtime comes, you actually have the energy to create what you want to create with your energy. You need energy for that. You can't create things without energy, and that energy flow has to be smooth in the body. Otherwise, you have physical symptoms. It hurts here, something here is not working well. Your mind is always busy. You feel tired a lot of the time. You have digestive troubles. All these things distract us from creating the life that we want to live. And so the Alchemista guides us in that journey of discovering the most efficient way to take care of our energy deeply, in a radical way. And radical sounds so extreme, and it is. But it's not radical in an aggressive way. It's radical by saying, I will take care of her. There's no more discussion. She's my number one. She's the being that I have been given for this life to take care of. And that is how you start the journey of stepping up your self-responsibility, taking back your energy and investing it in you. Now we're going to do a little practice together. I'm going to show you a beautiful way to balance yin and yang in the body very fast with two acupressure points called inner gate and outer gate. And we're going to do this on both forearms. You can use an essential oil if you like. We're going to dive deep into that in the Yin Sanctuary because the oils are an incredible addition. So take an oil if you have. If not, don't worry about it. Find the wrist crease and then 2 finger width up of the wrist crease. You can apply a little bit of oil. And then on the other hand, on the outside of the arm, you find that little bump here. You move up 2 finger width, and here you're on the outer gate. And here you can also apply a little bit of oil. And so let's start with the inner gate. I want you to just find it. It's in between the tendons of the inner wrist. And this point is called Neg 1. It's the gate to the inside. It's a way of entering into your inner world. And as you're holding this point, I want you to relax the hand onto your knee. Take a moment and just simply stroke the point like this, or press, circle, and release. Press, circle, and release. Press, circle, and release. You choose which one you prefer. You can close your eyes for a moment and just feel the inner gate. Feel how this is a point that energetically helps you to balance emotions fast, to bring the energy back to your heart space, and to remember that whenever we need outside confirmation, outside validation, we actually need our inside validation first and foremost. So as you're massaging Neg 1, supporting your heart, supporting your innermost being, now stroke a few times up the meridian. Just in between the tendons, you just make this line beautiful. You relax the arm, close your eyes for a moment. Just feel how you feel. Notice how this feels in the body. Feel the energetic effect. Then you take the other arm. Find Wake 1. Press and hold. Wake 1 is a point, the outer gate, that has a direct influence on our liver chi. It is directly a Shaoyang meridian, so it will also help to move the energy in the liver organ system, liver gallbladder organ system. You relax the hand while you massage. You can hold it like this in your lap, so you can just press and release. This way is also nice from the side. Very good. And while you do that, feel what happens with your mind. Feel how your mind begins to calm down immediately. You've just activated a gate for the inside and a gate for the outside, symbolizing also your own power in your energetic frequency. And in the wood season that we are in right now, one of the most important things is to direct that energy of the liver and gallbladder in a harmonious way. Emotions are a part of our life. We can't avoid emotions, but emotions are also what affects the wood element the most. I'm going to continue sharing with you a little bit more about that, but you can freely continue to massage these points. So you can just sit back, listen while you massage, and allow the information to just be absorbed into you. You can always watch this again if you want to, but you don't have to take notes. And that's the same way how we're going to be working in the Yin Sanctuary. This is not going to be a place where you have to do things, but it's where you can go and receive. You can receive what I have to give you, what the experiences I've made with the 5 elements and people, how we can apply these tools immediately to life. There's also like a Q&A mentor session where I can do some live coaching with you. I can look at your tongue and share with you in the group what needs to be done to help you find balance again. So the third principle I want to share with you while you massage your points is that the body is simply a living map. Our emotions, our patterns, and energy flow are all reflected in our meridians. So when someone comes to the clinic, I will always do a moment of touching the meridians, and immediately I receive information about the person. And the more we work with the meridians, we can see their energy highways, bringing and moving energy around the body. The more, rather than chasing symptoms and trying to treat each symptoms, I tend to focus very much on the root of the problem. And the root of the problem often is emotion. Emotions can block our chi immediately. It's like goes, if there is, today I'm going to share with you a little story from the clinic. I have lovely patients. I have to say, I love each one of my patients dearly, because there's each one I see as a human being coming, searching for some answers. And with the tools I have, I'm usually able to give some kind of answer and some kind of balance to what they're experiencing. And this young woman this morning came for cystitis. She had a history of recurrent non-bacterial cystitis. And this time I hadn't seen her for about 5 months, and she was fine this whole time. But as she had another one, she came to see me. And it was after she had intercourse with her partner. And as she was telling me all of this, I could feel I would receive information, and I immediately knew that there was more behind this whole story. She said she didn't know what it could have been, and everything was fine, but I knew there was more behind this. And by the end of the session, we had come exactly to the point why this cystitis was expressing itself in the body, giving her signs about the state of her alignment that were very powerful, in a way that I could see a relaxation of the whole body as she was accepting the truth that her body was just speaking to her, that the body keeps the score. There's a book about this that I really appreciate, and it is so true. I see it in the clinical setting. The body expresses what we are not looking at, what we don't want to say, what we don't want to see. And that's not comfortable. So I appreciate you even being here, because I know it's not an easy path, and it's not a walk in the park, but it's also one of the most rewarding paths, because the more you understand and know yourself, the more you can help yourself. Every tension, every symptom, every sensation is a message. The question is just always the same. Are you listening? Are you giving your body the attention it deserves? Are you hearing the messages? And these are the questions we're exploring also in the Yin Sanctuary. In a nice way, like, don't worry, it's not going to be just hard work. It's going to be a journey of being in the body, being with you. And in each time, for example, each month, we're going to do a live practice session. And I really look forward to practice with you. I'm going to see you on screen. So there's going to be a lot more contact than I have on social media with people. And that I really look forward to. So let's take a moment to remember that just those 3 principles of the ALCHEMISTA, the power of cycles and seasons, to flow with what is in season, with what is the time for you right now. You're in a different state of being than you were as a teenager, than you are as a menopausal woman, for example. Like, there's different times of life, and to understand that time and to enhance yourself through it is giving us a radiance and an acceptance of ourselves that translates into more self-esteem, more energy that is available, rather than being blocked up and tensed up in the body, and a way of reconnecting to your essence that feels so aligned. When you align the 3 dantians, when you align your gut, your heart, and your mind, it's so relaxing for the nervous system. And that is a path that is not done in one day to the other. And that is why the Yin Sanctuary offers a year-long journey. Because this way we pass through all the seasons. There will be times where you don't feel like it. There will be times where you're super motivated. There will be seasons that you love and others where you don't know exactly what to do with it. And that's all good. That's part of that journey. And I'm at a stage of my life where I have walked that path now many times. I have raised a family. I have gone through 22 years of being married and then deciding that I needed to change my life and I had to let go of a lot of security and things that gave me stability to create my own stability and to become who I know I am. And so that is all part of the Alchemista. That is part of what shaped the Alchemista. And she's been my guide all along. And now it's time to share her with you. And she will be a voice in the Yin Sanctuary. Her wisdom will pop up. Principles of hers we're going to explore together. And that is something I feel like a student myself with her. And at the same time, she is me. So it's an interesting journey. The energy of yin and receptivity was the second principle, to receive, to allow life to give you, to allow yourself the muse that you're worth receiving. These are all principles that we're looking at. And the body as a living map. How understanding the meridian system is for self-healing, but also to help other people. And the Yin Sanctuary is a space for, doesn't matter if you're a yin yoga teacher, if you're a body worker, if you're an acupuncturist or a student of Chinese medicine, this is a space to resource, to reconnect to your own essence, and to have mentorship from someone who's been walking this path for a very long time. So I am super, super excited. Thank you so much for being here. And if you feel called, you will find the link below this video to join the Yin Sanctuary. I hope you enjoyed the 5 principles of the Alchemista. The following 10 you will also find in the Yin Sanctuary. There's a lot more to dive into. And let me see if I forgot anything. Remember that transformation unfolds over time. This is just the beginning. And crafting our essence, crafting our energy can become something that is so nourishing and so self-esteem enhancing that I'm proud to be here to share this with you. Inside the Yin Sanctuary, you find live seasonal teaching, acupressure, meridian-based practices. You will find essential oil, wisdom, and rituals. You have Q&A mentorship with me, and we have our own communities page. So it's not on Facebook, it's a private group where I will be sharing snippets and bits from ideas of what to eat in which seasons, to little practices like we did before, to longer extended life practice where we either do acupressure, meridian flow yoga, or chi flow practices. So it's super practical. You can always ask questions and I will adapt what we do to you. So with my warmest regards, thank you for being here. And I would love to see you in the Yin Sanctuary. Take good care.